And in what is obviously the end of my last campaign, I want to say to Minnesotans, you always treated me decently.
People across the country and here in Minnesota are remembering Walter Mondale after he died earlier today at age 93. Plus, after weeks of testimony, the jury is now deliberating in the trial of Derek Chauvin. In response, students across Minnesota walked out of class in the name of social justice. Their message to the community.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. A man from small-town Minnesota who worked his way up to Vice President of the United States has died. Former Vice President and presidential candidate Walter Mondale died today in Minneapolis at the age of 93. Natalie Brand has more on Mondale's groundbreaking political legacy.
And he was elected to the U.S. Senate at 36.
Well, we got meet some folks.
Sure, be delighted.
In 1976, Jimmy Carter tapped Mondale to be his running mate on the Democratic presidential ticket.
And I'm proud and honored to be a part of this team.
After Carter's victory, Mondale immediately beefed up the job of vice president, moving the vice president's office to the west wing of the White House. And he started having weekly lunches with the president. Both traditions endure to this day. Carter was defeated for re-election in 1980. 4 years later, Mondale sought the top job for himself, but he faced a popular president in Ronald Reagan, who was running for re-election.
Mr. Reagan will raise taxes, and so will I. He won't tell you. I just did.
Mondale suffered one of the biggest electoral defeats in U.S. history.
Ronald Reagan still has a chance for an historic 50-state sweep.
President Reagan beat Mondale in 49 states, leaving Mondale with only the electoral votes from his home state of Minnesota and Washington, D.C. After that defeat, Mondale moved back and forth between public and private sectors. He served as ambassador to Japan under President Clinton. In 2002, he lost his attempt to reclaim his old Minnesota Senate seat, but he was gracious in defeat.
And in what is obviously the end of my last campaign, I want to say to Minnesotans, you always treated me decently. You always listened to me.
That Midwestern humility endeared Mondale to his home state and a generation of his fellow Democrats. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The Mondale family said in a statement, plans for memorials will be announced at a later date for both Minnesota and Washington, D.C. Senator Amy Klobuchar is reacting to Mondale's death, calling him her mentor. She says Minnesotans saw him as an amazing leader who made a difference on the national stage, but also came home after losing with dignity and humor. She says he loved northern Minnesota and as vice president worked to save the foghorn in Duluth.
He never forgot where he came from. He loved going up to northern Minnesota. He loved the work on transportation and roads and bridges in Duluth. And what was lucky for us and our state is he took that on, not just as senator, but also as vice president of the United States.
Senator Klobuchar says Mondale's lasting impact on politics will be dignity and civility. She says he treated everyone with respect, regardless of their job or political views. Dave's here now for a first check of the weather. Dave, I can remember being very young and meeting Walter Mondale at the Ironman in Chisholm.
About 2 years ago, huh?
Yes, just 2 years ago.
See, I never got to meet him in person, but flashback to 1980, and he and President Carter were going to do a campaign stop in Ely. I'm on the janitor crew at the high school. We had to prep the stage for him and things like that. So
yeah.
I was in the same room as the man.
Yeah, I have a feeling over the next few days we'll be hearing a lot of those stories.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you're Republican or Democrat or independent, you got to respect the man.
Absolutely.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about weather. Temperatures were disrespectful to us this morning. They were much cooler than normal. Some towns had snow. I'll talk about snow totals here in just a bit, but right now we talk about today's high temps, which did not rise to the occasion. We're supposed to top out around 51, and we were in the 30s and 40s all across the area, and very similar temperatures with us again tomorrow. So there's a chance tomorrow for another little dusting of snow, perhaps. Today it ran from a dusting to a couple of inches, and right now just a few scattered flurries here and there. But the short-term forecast says down to 24 tonight, chilly again, only up to 40 tomorrow with a 20% chance for a mix in the afternoon. Will this one stick as well as it did this morning? I'll give you some more details on it in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Tonight, the eyes of a nation are on Minnesota as a jury deliberates the fate of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. He's accused of killing George Floyd last May. Michael George reports from Minneapolis.
Prosecutors used their final argument to urge jurors to trust the evidence they've seen of George Floyd in police custody before his death.
Believe your eyes.
Is because Mr. Chauvin's heart was too small.
This case has transfixed the city of Minneapolis from the start. And as Derek Chauvin's trial began winding down, it transformed the city as well. Officials are bracing for possible violence after the verdict is announced. Boarded up windows and fences are now in place throughout downtown Minneapolis, along with 3,000 members of the National Guard.
Who are they protecting? They're certainly not protecting peaceful demonstrators.
The jurors have been sequestered, and they'll remain so until they reach a verdict. Michael George, CBS News.
Students at Carleton High School walked out of class at 2:20 Monday afternoon to stand up to racial inequality.
My biggest fear in all of this is that it'll be one of my friends next. And that's something that, scares me.
Haley Ableter is a junior at Carleton High School and organized the event after she saw a post on social media by a nonprofit called Minnesota Teen Activists saying 110 schools across the state were participating in walkouts on Monday.
I think people need to stand up, speak out, and know that it is a problem and take it into consideration that, okay, even though it doesn't affect you, it may affect somebody else.
But the walkout wasn't limited to just high schoolers.
My shirt it doesn't have all the people who died to police brutality, but it has a lot.
Jayla Willis, a freshman at UMD, showed up to support the students in attendance.
The kids are the future. They need to know that they can make a change. A lot of them, there's only about 30 kids who came out, and they probably don't feel like they can make much of a change, but you really can.
Change that Willis says starts with the little things.
A lot of people like to try to, if they feel like they can't make the biggest change, they don't really try to make any change at all. But change happens with the minor things, just taking a bite out of the apple. Just when you hear about racism or discrimination or you see it, you got to speak against it.
back before that committee next month, and if it receives approval there, the position will go before City Council for final approval. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and today kicks off Victims' Rights Week. As part of that, UWS hosted a survivor of human trafficking to talk about the challenges we still face today. Jessica Smith is a scholar, activist, and survivor of human trafficking.
Speaking out and that making changes, like my voice and my advocacy and my ability to rally people together for change it's working.
She added, oppression can be a complex topic to talk about, but it must happen if progress is going to be made. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, there are many historic buildings in Duluth, but one is getting a makeover in hopes of preserving the past while enhancing the future.
A little bit of snow last night led to a cool down today. High temp 38 degrees is, of course, below the normal of 51. We won't get back that warm.
At Home Furniture.
Please help us protect people with disabilities and other vulnerable Minnesotans of all ages from COVID-19.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a COVID community coordinator.
We all want to get back to normal as soon as possible, so please help us stop the spread by doing the right things to protect ourselves and others.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living.
Someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double. Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park. They never sacrifice quality, and you can count on them to avoid curveballs and save you time. Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Now at Home Sleep Express, spend $4.99 and get an extra 7% tax relief. Plus, get zero down, no interest financing for 12 months on Luxuria and Thomas Cole mattresses. This Zero Top Queen mattress is just $511 with tax relief savings. Now at Home Sleep Express.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Oh, mid-April snow came to call for a lot of towns last night. For example, here's a picture from the Ely area. Tom and Becky Wetzel sent this shot in. Shows a dusting of snow on the roofs and on the ground as well, but at least it didn't refreeze the lakes. Those have been opening up nicely. And even though we're stepping back temperature-wise, yeah, I don't think we're going to ice over once again. And, of course, snow totals ran from a couple of inches up around places like Grand Portage, Grand Marais, to a couple of inches on the South Shore. Even over towards the Bayfield Peninsula, reports a little west of Washburn say about 3 inches there. Well, there's still a chance for a little bit of precip from this departing low pressure system. Not tonight. We're in the dry slot of the low, so we get a break with a clear sky and cool conditions. But tomorrow, the wraparound portion of the low, the ragged clouds on the tail end, could spit out a 20% chance for a few more flurries. We talk about that in more detail in a bit. Here first is a quick look at current conditions from Duluth International Airport. It's 32 right now, 44% for the relative humidity with a north-northwest wind running 7 miles per hour. 30.07 inches of mercury is the air pressure, 1,018 millibars. And since we're in the dry sector of the low, that number is actually going up to the high pressure side, but it should fall tomorrow, low enough for clouds, and that 20% shot of light flurry activity that I talked about. Current temps. Mid to upper 20s in the upper peninsula. We're going anywhere from 28 in Wisconsin and LaPointe to 35 degrees down towards Hayward and Cable. Swinging into Minnesota here, 30 to 32 from Cloquet through Barnum and into Moose Lake. Near Willow River, 32 in Two Harbors, 28. Silver Bay, low 30s, upper 20s for the Iron Ranges, border country. Low temps tonight, especially north of the Iron Ranges, could drop towards 19 or so. 20s probably for the rest of us. And Doppler map shows I can't say sunny at this time of night. No, I have to say a clearer sky here in our area from the dry portion of the low that's filtering in for at least a few hours, but it won't be forever hours. For Minnesota tonight, partly cloudy sky. 22 to 29 for Wisconsin and Michigan overnight, partly cloudy sky. And there tomorrow, 20% mixed chance in the afternoon for Wisconsin, Michigan, highs from 37 to 42. The normal is 51. Minnesota gets 37 to 42 as well, with that 20% chance for the mix. And once the mix goes by Wednesday, it gets sunnier, slowly gets warmer, low 40s Wednesday, mid 50s Thursday, just for a day. Then it's cloudier with a shower chance on Friday, and then a little rain snow mix on Saturday with another dive in temperatures. But Sunday looks to be reasonably decent, so we'll salvage half the weekend.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. A historic building in downtown Duluth is getting a new lease on life. Work is currently underway to transform a part of the building into a boutique hotel. CBS3's Peter Kavakowskis got an inside look.
Construction is underway to bring a new life to a historic building in downtown Duluth. Just Take Action is currently renovating the top floors of the old City Hall to accommodate 13 new Airbnb-style hotel rooms.
What we're going to do is take the office spaces here and convert them into Airbnb-type Putting something new, a new idea and concept into a historic building not only saves the building itself, but there's just so much history. You know, Jay Cook walked in these hallways.
As for what the future holds, Carlson says that he hopes these rooms bring a new life to not only the building, but to the downtown as well.
We want to, save an older building and revitalize downtown and get people and tourists to enjoy our downtown area.
The new 13-room boutique hotel is expected to open this June. Still to come, the United States is coming off a record-breaking year for wildfires. How some groups hope to change that.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Clausen with St. Luke's Obstetrics and Gynecology Associates. Being a mom has made me understand what it's like to be a patient. Seeing the smile on patients' faces when you've delivered care that is life-altering for them, or delivering their firstborn child, there's nothing better. From the physicians to the patients to the families to the support staff, patients are cared for at St. Luke's in a team approach, with the patient being the head of the team.
Bender Shoes anniversary sale is going on now. Shop at your local Benders and save on everything in the store. The newest styles for spring and summer are here. So what are you waiting for? Shop the store-wide sale at Bender Shoes.
At UCare, we have something to say to all our members, new and old. Thanks.
Celebrate Eat Downtown Duluth Restaurant Week, April 19th through the 30th, where you'll find chef specialties at participating restaurants. For a list of restaurants and menus, visit downtownduluth.com. Eat Downtown, April 19th through the 30th. Presented by the Greater Downtown Council.
The images outraged the world, and George Floyd's death fueled a movement. Now the murder trial is gripping the nation.
All eyes will be on the answer to one question.
We bring understanding to what's happening in the courtroom. Weeknights on the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell on CBS.
CBS3 Sports is brought to you by St. Luke's.
As the country comes off a record-breaking year for wildfires, more conservation groups are working to drastically reduce the number of fires and lessen the devastation they cause. Last year, nearly 59,000 wildfires broke out in the United States. Skylar Henry takes us to Maryland, where one group is fighting fire with fire and helping land withstand the effects of climate change.
So just bring a little line of fire right down here.
These flames burning in western Maryland are controlled. For nearly 10 years, forest lines like these are where Natasha Wetzel is in command.
I've probably been on definitely over 200 burns. Yeah, and I've been loving every minute of it.
Wetzel oversees controlled burns for the Nature Conservancy, one of the largest environmental organizations in the world.
Does everybody have a map?
After months of planning and closely monitoring weather conditions, Wetzel and her team are singeing roughly 20 acres. Work she says that's more critical than ever.
We know with climate change, conditions are going to change, species are going to migrate, and we need to ensure that we have healthy, resilient forests. That's good.
The burns also help prevent wildfires by treating the land before conditions are too dry. The National Interagency Fire Center says nearly 59,000 wildfires burned through more than 10 million acres across the country last year, a significant uptick from 2019.
One of the differences between wildfires and these controlled burns is the actual intensity of the fires themselves. Wildfires can get so hot that they kill everything, including the fire-adapted plant species. These burns, do the opposite.
We're giving it a boost.
Ecologist Dr. Deborah Landau says controlled burns are restoring plant species that have been dormant for, in some cases, centuries.
Without fire, we're going to lose a lot of these plants that have evolved with fire and require fire in order to regenerate.
Wetzel says for her group, it's about stepping in where nature otherwise wouldn't, conserving and protecting not only forest life, but potentially human life as well. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Little Orleans, Maryland.
The Nature Conservancy is working with both government and private groups to treat land in 72 different countries. So far, the group has worked to protect more than 125 million acres of land. Coming up in sports, good news for Twins fans. Baseball will return. Kelly has the details next.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
What's the better DTA movement? Duluth Transit Authority is listening and working to improve your experience. Better routing, better bus stops, and better technology to plan your trips. Visit DuluthTransit.com to see how the DTA is making Twin Ports Transit better.
What are you doing? Don't you even know how to dump your trash?
Poop fairy?
It's no poop fairy. And I'm more than dog poop and parks. I care about everything that hits our streams and lakes, including your overflowing garbage. Your trash starts here and ends here.
Hey, that goes right to the water.
Learn a poop ton more online.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time. Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
With so much time at home, I need new furniture.
Right now, during Slumberland's Build Your Room sale, you can revamp any space for only $20, $30, $40 a month. Check out this bedroom set.
Oh, I've got everything I need there.
Okay, how about some options for your living room? Just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
Love it.
Build your room during our best financing sale of the year.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Race in for a great deal now on the Honda CR-V. The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is here.
The View at Bluestone is leasing studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for August 1st. With beautiful apartments featuring custom wood cabinets, oversized windows and balconies, and an array of luxury amenities, we'd love to have you here with us. We're excited to show you our progress. Schedule a hard hat tour today at viewatbluestone.com.
With the Dish Anywhere app, you can watch what you want, where you want, at no extra charge.
Kids, bedtime.
Which is a good thing, because life is full of little surprises.
Ready to watch?
Even when there's an unexpected change in venue. Watch what you want, where you want, on up to 5 devices, at no extra charge. Dish, tuned in to you.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It seems after 3 days of waiting, the Twins are officially in the clear and will resume playing the game we all love tomorrow night. The Twins have reported no new cases of COVID-19 since Saturday's incident after the weekend's games were postponed. In total, 3 players and 1 staff member tested positive this weekend, halting those 3 games. After clearing all contact tracing investigations, the team was cleared to fly to Oakland earlier this evening. First pitch with the A's is set for 5:30 p.m. local time tomorrow night. And the Brewers in action tonight in a late one on the West Coast with San Diego. At last check, it was 1-1 in the 4th. It is the hunt for win number 4 in a row tonight for the Minnesota Wild down in the desert. The Wild looking to establish themselves further as a comfortable playoff team in the West. Tonight taking on Arizona in desperation mode on the edge of the last playoff spot in the West. Tied up in the second, and the Wild make a push. Marcus Foligno finds Jordan Greenway backdoor, just a beauty. Not a whole lot Darcy Kemper could do about that one. Wild out in front. Call a timeout, but they rally back and force match point. Their two stars, Molly Haggerty and Dana Rettke, in the front court. And how fitting is that? They send it back for the match. Wisconsin wins it. They're on to the fourth ever Final Four in program history and will play Texas on Thursday night. The Bucks with a good test at home tonight against another playoff team right now in the Phoenix Suns. Ended up going into overtime, and here's how it ended. Devin Booker working, 5 seconds left, game tied, looking for the win. He misses the jumper, but hold on, a foul is called on the shot. I'm guessing you might hear this one on Sports Talk Radio tomorrow, and especially in the state of Wisconsin. They get P.J. Tucker for grazing his elbow there. Mike Budenholzer just can't believe it. Suns get the win over the Bucks, 128-127, the final. Well, before the spring, the Washburn volleyball team hadn't been to a state tournament stage in 19 years, but that changed this season. They capped off a special run this weekend in the Division II state finals.
And that's it! Megan Doherty finishes a perfect season for the Washburn Castle Guards. They are the Division II state champions.
The Castle Guards capped off a perfect 18-0 season with a championship, a 4-set victory over the top-seeded Brodhead, winning their second state title in school history. The first one came back at the turn of the century in 2000. Senior Caitlin Wheeler led Washburn with 18 kills and 12 digs in the finals. It's head coach's Jenna Galligan's first season at the helm as well. That is going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Get free tax relief now at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. And when you spend $4.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief. This sofa is just $836 after tax relief savings. With zero down, no interest financing for 12 months and free shipping. Tax relief savings now at Home Furniture.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double. Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park. They never sacrifice quality, and you can count on them to avoid curveballs and save you time. Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
Here are some quick tips for a safer shopping experience. Though reusable bags are great for the environment, they can be a carrier for bacteria. Before shopping, please wash all bags. Try to keep 6 feet or 2 shopping carts of distance between you and other shoppers. Plan ahead so your trip can be quick and efficient. Though cash is accepted at most businesses, cash can transfer bacteria. When possible, try to use cards to lessen the risk of spreading illness. With your help, we can keep our neighbors healthy and workers safe.
One day, and I hope not far from now, friendly handshakes and hugs will return.
I cannot wait to have a potluck with families and friends.
I can't wait to dance on the powwow trails again.
Reconnect with one another.
Get all the kids together.
Go to kindergarten.
For everyone to meet our son, Anthony.
What I'm most looking forward to is performing again. As long as we do our part, I believe we'll get back to that real soon.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, for a limited time, get up to $3,300 total savings on an Escape. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get 0% interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic for 4 years. Plus, Home will give you a bonus $300 shopping card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. 0% interest financing on Tempur-Pedic for 4 years at Home Sleep Express.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Jam-packed day today. That's all we have for you tonight, but we hope to see you tomorrow.